Endoplasmic Reticulum. No, we didn't just cast a spell on you. That's actually what today's video is going to be about. The good old endoplasmic reticulum. Alright, so our topic today is the endoplasmic reticulum. It's one of the organelles found in eukaryotic cells along with the mitochondria, the nucleus, and the Golgi apparatus. If you're not totally clear on what all of these are, just check out our videos on them. Yeah, but why do so many of these organelles have such crazy complicated names? Well, if you take a close look at the name of this one, it might make a bit more sense. Picking apart the words, the first thing you see is the prefix endo, which comes from Greek and means inside. Then the plasmic part obviously refers to the cell's cytoplasm, and reticulum is a Latin word that means net or network. So basically what we're talking about is a network inside the cytoplasm. Now, since endoplasmic reticulum really is a mouthful, you can also call it the ER. Not the one you go to when you cut your finger though. Alright, so what does this ER look like? It's a highly branching system of membranes, like a network. And on one side, it's actually continuous with the nuclear membrane. The membranes of the ER form a series of interconnected hollows, called the lumen. And since the ER is made up of membranes, it can release transport vesicles, allowing membrane components and various molecules, like proteins, to be transported around the cell. Most of this traffic takes place between the ER and the Golgi apparatus, where the vesicles can dock and drop off their payloads. Okay, so there's a difference between the rough ER and the smooth ER. The rough endoplasmic reticulum can be abbreviated to RER, and is located closer to the cell nucleus. The membrane of the RER is studded with ribosomes on the side facing the cytoplasm, giving the whole outer surface an uneven, that is, a rough appearance. Ribosomes help with the translation of mRNA into proteins. Of course, most ribosomes float freely in the cytoplasm, but the ribosome here produces special integral membrane proteins which stay partially embedded in the membrane. Makes sense that this can only happen on the rough surface of the rough ER. Other proteins make their way into the lumen of the rough ER and get transported by the vesicles to other places in the cell. They can even be transported outside the cell, in which case they're called secretory proteins. And some proteins get bonded to carbohydrates in the rough ER, giving them a storage space that allows them to reach their destination. So much for the rough ER. Now let's look at the smooth ER. It's abbreviated as SER. I'll give you one guess what the S stands for. The smooth ER doesn't have any ribosomes, but is connected to the rough ER. Proteins that get produced in the RER can be sent here to be chemically altered. Small molecules absorbed from the outside can also be altered here to make them more readily able to be dissolved in water, where they can be broken down more easily. The smooth ER also plays a role in the breakdown of glycogen, an important process for generating energy. It's also where lipids, fats, and steroids are produced. The entire lumen of the ER can act as a calcium store, since it's separated from the cytoplasm by the ER's membranes. When calcium gets released, it can be used to send chemical signals within the cell. This is an important task, especially in muscle cells, where the ER even has a special name, the sarcoplasmic reticulum. The sarco part comes from the Greek word for flesh or muscle. Okay, so let's go over the most important parts again real quick. The endoplasmic reticulum is a branching system of membranes, also known as the ER. It's responsible for the modification and transport of proteins and other molecules. It can be divided into the rough ER and the smooth ER. The difference between them has to do with the presence or absence of ribosomes, which also means they perform different tasks. Here's an overview one more time. If you want to learn about the other organelles in the cell, just keep clicking through the playlist.